Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another short episode of the Ocean of Observations with me, Dr. Amit Punjabi. Of course, a lot of you who are going to be coming here for the first time, going to be viewing this for the first time. The Ocean of Observations is a show where I share observations which have already brought in a lot of positive shifts in individuals as well as organizations. These are shifts that have brought in a lot of success. These are shifts that have added immense value to a person's, individual's, or an organization's growth. So that is what we spend time on sharing in this show, The Ocean of Observations. Also, this is a show where I share observations from different wings of psychology, philosophy, semantics, and experiential learning. So for the people who are tuning in for the first time, thank you so much for tuning in for the first time, and I hope you guys continue watching us on a regular basis. For the people who've been watching the show regularly and sending in your valuable feedback, thank you so much for making the show a success. The last episode again got great reviews. I received some amazing emails with some great takebacks, very good feedback, important constructive feedback. Please make sure to continue sending them in. You can send the email to You can send the mail to observations@sankalpacademy.in, and you could also follow me on Instagram. The handle is Amit V Punjabi, and you can send me a text on Instagram. I'm extremely active on Instagram, not as much on Facebook apart from the show and just looking at comments and responding to them. But on my personal profile, I'm not as active as I'm on Instagram. So if you want to reach me on Instagram and send in your feedback, send questions, please do so. Right? So thank you for the people who tuned in. And today's episode is a very, very, very important one. It's a very interesting one, a very sensitive one too. So we are not looking at it purely from today's topic. If most of you would have seen the post on Facebook earlier, today's topic is going to be on understanding passion. So it could be a very sensitive subject for a lot of people who are watching. But the unique thing about today's conversation is not that it's completely philosophical, psychological, or connected to language per se. It's more of an experience that I've had with people, coaching people. Like I say, we also share observation using experiential learning, different ways of experiential learning. So we put a lot of things to experience by experimenting, and we tend to observe what people are going through during that experiment and understand the result of that experiment. And that's what I'm going to be sharing with all of you today. Every time we tend to have this observation and actually help people observe what they're going through with regards to passion has usually been extremely intense. So I'm hoping not to make the episode really intense. I want it to be as mellow as possible, as simple as possible for all of us to use. So I'll do my best to keep it simple for all of us to just understand it and apply it. Right? So I'm seeing more viewers coming in. Thank you so much for joining in. And if you do have any questions, please do. You can comment it. If I'm not able to answer your question during the 15 minutes of the show, I will make sure I answer it on the comment section. And you can, of course, send an email. And make sure to click on like, make sure to click on share, make sure you tag your friend who can take back a lot of value from this video. Thank you for the people who have always done it. And thank you for the people in advance who are going to do it now. So let's start the conversation. So understanding passion, like I said, could end up being very sensitive, but I'll do my best to make it as simple and not so sensitive, not so intense. So the thing here is, it's important for all of us to understand and realize that the word passion is today an overused word. Everybody loves to follow their passion. Everybody writes about passion. Everybody talks about passion. And when it comes to designing a successful life, people tend to say, I want to follow my passion, right? So, which is a great thing. I would love to talk about the challenges also. And I'll also tell you why it's great. So talking about following your passion, an important thing for us to understand is that as human beings, we tend to become passionate about many things that we do. Passions continue to change, passions continue to grow. So for example, one of my passions or other, so any interest could be a passion. Anything that you're interested in doing, you could be passionate about. So I'm very interested in biking. I'm very passionate about biking. I love going on biking trips. However, I don't really use it as a career. opportunity, correct? So I did not take up biking as a profession. It's purely a passion that I continue to pursue it as a passion. I do it purely for fun. I do it completely to detach from things and just dissociate from things and relax, have a good time. However, when it comes to today's entrepreneurs, when it comes to today's entrepreneurship, when it comes to choosing a profession, I think a lot of people, rather than being led by their passion, tend to be misled by their passion. Right? So, which is why when I talk about this, tends to get a little sensitive for a few people. So, let me actually give you the idea of it. Let me give the context of it. So, in my book, Pursuit, The Journey of an Entrepreneur, which thanks to a lot of you became a bestseller on Amazon last year, April. So, in my book, Pursuit, The Journey of an Entrepreneur, I have written a paragraph about passion. I've given a good detail of it. I hope you guys grab the book and read it. So, when I spoke about passion, when I've written about passion, I've clearly written that it is good to take up a profession where you follow your passion, where you utilize your passion, rather than making a passion a profession itself, correct? So I will explain that to you guys as well. Especially when it comes to travel and tourism, I have come across a lot of people who are passionate about traveling and decided to start a travel organization, start a tourism organization. And unfortunately for a lot of them, did not go really well because they took up a business that was their passion, correct? So I'm going to give you an insight into passion now, and I'll be very honest in telling you, please do not choose a profession that is your passion. Use a profession where you get to utilize your passion. So if you are a person who loves to travel, you're passionate about traveling, it is important for you to choose a profession where you get to travel, not where you get to build travel packages, because that was not your passion. Your passion was to travel, not build packages for people, correct? Not help people make a choice of the place that they need to visit. So this is the clear mistake that a lot of people make, which is why they don't tend to have success. They say, I was so passionate about this and I'm facing so many challenges with it. I will tell you why you will face challenges in the later part of the video. But let me get you to understand the essence of passion and give you an insight on passion. So if you go into the definition of passion, let's actually understand the definition of passion. If you go to the dictionary, if you read the dictionary and you look up the word passion, it says a very strong and barely controllable emotion. Let me repeat myself. It says the definition of passion is a very strong and barely controllable emotion. All right. So passion is an emotion which is barely controllable, guys. Right. So which is why choosing a profession which is your passion would end up being absolutely challenging and absolutely chaotic in most cases. Correct? In fact, I've seen a lot of people give away opportunities, lose opportunities, because they say, no, I'm not passionate about this. I'm not passionate about that. I have noticed people who give up opportunities because of passion, which did not make any practical professional sense for growth. Just generally did not make any sense for growth. So if I'm passionate about traveling, I would rather take up a marketing job or get into marketing, get into market research, get into a job or get into a role which will allow me to travel a lot, because that's what I'm passionate about. Me starting an organization on travel just doesn't make sense, because I'm not really spending time on travel. Correct? I'm not spending time on enjoying the travel. I'm building packages for a group of people. Correct? So let me tell you the most challenging part of passion. So especially I could use the example of travel and tourism. I could use the example of a lot of food lovers. They're passionate about food, so they get to start a restaurant, start a food truck. And you guys can actually go look up statistics which talk about how many people just started a restaurant out of passion and then they lost their business also very soon. So to tell you very honestly, why this happens is simply because, like I said, passion is a barely controllable emotion. Let's just say I'm very passionate about traveling. You come up to me and you want a package. I design this package for you. You don't get travel the way I get travel. You want it your way, and I think my way is right. And remember, for me, travel is an emotion. Passion is a barely controllable emotion. You will notice that when you take up something which is your passion, you take up a profession which is a passion, you can't put a number to it because it's emotional. your business is more emotional than it is practical, than it is realistic. Correct? So I have seen a lot of people who got into a career. It could be just a speaking career. They love their talk. They're passionate about going on stage and giving it a talk. But when it came to making their profession, they didn't know how to charge people. They didn't know to put a number on their talk. They didn't know how. They just didn't know how to quote a price, because I just don't know how to do it. It's more emotional than it is practical. And yes, a lot of people say, I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this for my satisfaction, not for money. That's exactly right. When it's your passion, don't follow it for money, because it will just not bring you anything. It will almost fetch you nothing. So a lot of people who started this travel organization, I ended up coaching a lot of people, great guys, great people, met a lot of people, and I learned a lot about traveling from them. I learned a lot about traveling. However, I understood that they were not able to do the business well just because every decision they made was moving more towards an emotional side, was just too emotional. And they're like, I just didn't know how to charge for that, Amit. I didn't know how to do this because emotional. And the worst part is, even if they're able to charge, they're like, I don't understand why people don't get it. I don't understand why people don't understand this concept of travel. I don't understand why people don't understand this concept of running a restaurant. I don't understand why people don't get this about my business. Well, because it's your passion, you want everybody to get it the way you get it. It's just not possible. And that's exactly why making your passion a profession will just not make any sense for your success. If you do want to be successful, yes, it's important for you to be passionate, but choose a profession, choose a career path where you will get to utilize your passion instead of making your passion your career or your profession. We have millions of people who made this mistake, who continue to make this mistake. And I hope this shifts after watching this video. I hope you actually understand what passion is supposed to do for you. Passion is supposed to fuel your energy. It's not supposed to utilize all your energy. So if you make it your profession, you are utilizing your energy for your passion, for your profession. Correct? It's important for you to actually get into a profession where you get to utilize your passion as fuel. Correct? Yes, so it will make a lot of sense. And believe me, you guys can read a lot of books about this. You guys can watch a lot of videos from a lot of successful people about this, who will tell you that they chose a profession and they just chose to become passionate about parts and pieces of that profession, which made them a success. Right? They weren't really passionate about the profession. They were passionate about the things that happened within the profession. They created new concepts. That's what made it unique. Right? So if you do like what you hear, what you're watching right now, make sure to click on the like button again. Do share it with your friend. Especially share it with your friends, share it with your loved ones who you know are not able to find themselves just because of their passion. They tend to give up opportunities because of passion. So I saw a lot of people, there were great opportunities that came their way, and they just said no, because like, no, this is not something that I'm passionate of. I want to take up travel. I want to take up running a restaurant. I want to take up training. I want to take up coaching. I don't want to take up that role. I don't want to take up that job or that role because I'm not passionate about it. And there were so many roles, so many of those professions which required what they were passionate about, which required them to do what they were passionate about. Correct? It's an opportunity lost. So, but no problem. I know there's a saying that opportunity comes knocking at it only once in a lifetime. That is not true. Life is filled with opportunities. Every day there are millions of opportunities. It's just that let's not miss out on a lot of them. And passion becomes the reason to miss out on a lot of opportunities. If you take up a profession which is truly your passion, I mean, the hard fact about this is it ends up being a stress because you are passionate about it. Correct? So the very reason why you are happy about starting it in the first place becomes the reason for why you are stressed today. And this is something a lot of us, a lot of the young people, all of us do this. We've done it a lot of times. Let's just not continue doing that anymore. Correct? So passion is supposed to fuel your energy. It's not supposed to utilize your energy. Correct? And if you want to use your passion for money, well, choose a profession where you get to utilize your passion. If you tend to choose your passion as your career path, your passion as a profession, you'll not be able to charge because it's just emotional. It doesn't make practical sense. You don't know how to put a number to it. Right? So let's not make that mistake. Let business be business. Let passion be passion, and let passion continue to fuel my business. Correct? Rather than be my business. All right? So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this episode. Please do share your comments. Please do share it with your loved ones. If you have any suggestions for our next episode, for what you want to hear next, what observations would you want to get next, please do send in an email to observations@sankalpacademy.in, or you can follow me on Instagram. The handle is Amit V Punjabi. You guys can send me a personal text on Instagram. I'm extremely active on Instagram. Thank you so much for for making the show what it has become today. We're getting a lot of views. We tend to get a lot of love. Thank you so much. This was an experiment initially when I started in November, and I'm just loving it so much now. And I'm enjoying it so much because I'm getting so many people to actually be part of this and send me inquiries. I'm getting to research more because of this show. This show, more than me conducting this show, has become a platform for me to do a lot of research, for me to get what people really want and understand better direction, and maybe help you guys along. So thank you so much once again. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Make sure to share it again, and make sure to not make the mistake of choosing your passion as a profession. Please choose a profession where you get to utilize your passion. Once again, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next episode, everyone.